disrespectful dad of UCLA player insults Trump, so Mike Huckabee destroys him in 2 words. Last week, President Donald Trump interceded to secure the release of LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill, the 3 freshman UCLA basketball players who were caught shoplifting on a team trip to Hangzhou, China. Rather than offer his sincere thanks, Ball's father had the nerve to insult Trump upon his son's return stateside. Appalled by the overwhelming show of disrespect, Governor Mike Huckabee then stepped in to destroy Mr. Ball with 2 brutal words which he desperately needed to hear. When 3 freshman basketball players from UCLA were detained in China last week for shoplifting, President Donald Trump placed a call to Chinese President Xi Jinping, with whom he has cultivated a strong diplomatic relationship. Hours later, thanks to Trump's expert negotiating skills and the great respect President Xi has for him, the 3 young athletes were on their way back to the United States. The players were questioned last week about allegedly stealing sunglasses from a Louis Vuitton store next to the team's hotel in Hangzhou, where the Bruins had been staying before leaving for Shanghai to face Georgia Tech on Saturday. They were released on bail early Wednesday morning and had been staying at a lakeside hotel in Hangzhou since then. A source told ESPN's Arash Markazi that there is surveillance footage of the players shoplifting from 3 stores inside a high-end shopping center, which houses Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent and Salvatore Ferragamo stores. Source, ESPN. Now, it bears mentioning that, if Barack Obama was still in office, LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill would still be sitting in a Chinese prison today, resigned to the same fate as Marine Sergeant Andrew Tamaresi and college student Otto Warmbier, both of whom Obama left to rot in foreign countries. The latter of those 2 men did not survive his brutal treatment. Thankfully, though, our current POTUS is willing to stick his neck out for his fellow American citizens. Trump promptly called up President Xi after learning that Ball, Riley, and Hill had been arrested, and in a matter of hours, the 3 students were released from custody and planning their trip back home. To the 3 UCLA basketball players I say, you're welcome. Go out and give a big thank you to President Xi Jinping of China who made your release possible and, have a great life. Trump tweeted in the aftermath of the ordeal. Be careful, there are many pitfalls on the long and winding road of life. Added the president, offering a bit of much-needed wisdom for the athletes. The young men subsequently held a press conference when they returned home in which they thanked President Trump and President Xi for their help in securing the release. Right after the press conference, however, LiAngelo Ball's father, Lavar, disrespected Trump and refused to give him credit or thanks for getting his son out of a potential 10-year Chinese prison term. Lavar Ball, the father of LiAngelo Ball, who had been arrested and later absolved of shoplifting charges last week in China, made light of President Donald Trump's involvement regarding the release of his son and the 2 other UCLA players. Who? Lavar Ball told ESPN on Friday, regarding Trump's influence on the shoplifting case. What was he over there for? Don't tell me nothing. Everybody wants to make it seem like he helped me out. In response to Lavar Ball, Trump's social media director Dan Scavino took to Twitter Saturday afternoon and said that LiAngelo and his teammates would be in China for a long time, if Trump hadn't intervened. Source, International Business Times. Trump hit back at Ball on Sunday, saying, now that the 3 basketball players are out of China and safe from years in jail, Lavar Ball, the father of LiAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son and that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail. Mike Huckabee, the former Arkansas governor and father of White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, also came out swinging against Lavar Ball for his immaturity and disrespect toward President Trump. Governor Huckabee tweeted that he'd have just 2 words for Trump if he were Lavar Ball, thank you. Of course, the chances of Mike Huckabee ever needing to be sprung from a Chinese prison by Trump are slim to none. He isn't exactly your common street thug. Indeed, you'd be hard-pressed to find Governor Huckabee doing something wrong, let alone illegal. The man even tithes the full 10%. I'd be surprised if he's even had a parking ticket. I may be going out on a limb here, but perhaps Mike Huckabee's sterling track record has something to do with the fact that he knows a thing or two about respect. He understands that Ball, Riley, and Hill were in real danger of rotting away in a communist country's prison for up to 10 years. It's a shame that Mr. Ball and many Americans don't have the same perspective. Trump did not agree with what these college athletes did, nor did he condone their senseless crime. However, he had the foresight to recognize the good in them and realize that they should be given a second chance, instead of having their lives ruined over one stupid mistake. How smug Mr. Ball is to show anything but gratitude for Donald Trump's graciousness. He's the President of the United States, he has better things to do than rescue 3 young thugs so that they can return to putting a rubber ball through a hoop. Thank goodness Mike Huckabee put this insufferable ignoramus in his place. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.